So you probably clicked on this video because currently you feel stuck in life. But don't worry, you're not the only one who feels that way. To be quite frank, I'm on the same boat as you. So hi, my name is Mark, and I feel the exact same way as you right now. And to be quite honest with you, this is why I decided to start this journey and made this channel, so that I can basically document everything that I'm going through right now and to see if others can relate to how I've been feeling lately. And I feel like nowadays everyone who makes these sort of videos seem like they have everything figured out. But I wanted to stay true to myself. Don't get me wrong, I've learned many things along the way, but I know deep down that there's still so many things I don't know, and this is my way of trying to figure out what path I want to take. And to everyone watching right now, to remember that feeling stuck is just a mindset. But before we begin, I would love to give you guys some context on who I am and what I've been through so far. You see, I'm currently 24 years old. I've recently just graduated from my university and I've started working my first ever big boy job. So you might be wondering, why do I feel stuck? You see, from an early age, my parents have always instilled in me to always dream big, to always go above and beyond, and since they came from basically nothing, it would only make sense. But that's where my issue lies. You see, I've always been someone who has lived a mediocre life. I was never the best looking growing up. I played sports growing up, but I was never considered elite. I also was never the smartest in class, and looking back to my university career, I really did just coast through my degree and I never had a clear goal in mind at the end of it. But at the beginning of this month, I officially moved out and began to live on my own for the very first time. And during this time, it really made me realize that the way I currently am living right now will not get me to where I truly want to be. And with this realization came with lots of disappointment and, to be honest, regret. I started to question myself, like, what if I put a little bit more effort on the sports I used to play? Maybe one day I could get to a really high level. Or if I took my studies more seriously, I could maybe have gotten better grades and got a better job. And basically, these were the questions that continued to spin in my head for the last few weeks now. And to be quite honest with you, I really just got tired of it. And I guess I've really reached a point where I decided to put my foot down on all these thoughts and decide to try to make a change. And this video right now is living proof that when you feel stuck, you just have to do something about it. Because at the end of the day, feeling stuck is only just a mindset. I contemplated for so long to start this channel, but just like most of us, I created so many reasons why I couldn't do it. I didn't know how to edit, I didn't know if people would watch this video or not, or how people would react to the things I'm saying right now. I've basically just focused in on all the reasons why I couldn't do it, but instead of actually giving it a try. And probably at some point in your life, you probably heard the term paralysis by analysis. And just as the saying implies, I became paralyzed on trying to figure out the most effective ways to try to do things. But as we all know, ideas, no matter how great they are only ideas at the end of the day. What actually matters is the process that you strive to take upon, is what actually will make the difference. So to close everything up, I really do believe that feeling stuck is just the mindset that we set amongst ourselves because we are afraid to fail. And I know if you're still watching, you know what I mean by this. We have failed so many times in our lives, but the reason why we were so okay with it is that because we know deep down we really didn't try our hardest. And I think where our biggest fear lies is just that, failing even if we did try our hardest. And don't get me wrong, I know it's not the greatest feeling ever, but it is up to us to keep on trying. Because at the end of the day, the only people who fail are the ones who give up. So if you're able to relate to anything I've said so far, let me know your story in the comments as well. I would love to see your perspective or advice on the things I've said so far. This channel will continue to focus on these types of topics, so if you're interested, just make sure to subscribe and follow along this journey. And with that, stay true, stay pushing, and see you on the next one. Peace.